Hi. Hello. I'm sorry that was tough getting in. I don't know why that was. Zoom is finished.
Good morning.
Morning though. Aw, how are you guys doing?
Really good. How are you?
Good. We will go ahead and get started. I will save most of the things I wanted to share for the end of class. But if we just want to start seated with the crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling, sitting crisscross. Maybe closing the eyes. Letting go of any thoughts that might be coming in. Allowing yourself to really connect to the present moment. Dropping into the breath. Observing how you feel this morning. Notice anything that might be pointing out to you, whether in the body or the mind. And just honoring that, sitting with it, observing without judgment. If Ujjayi pranayama is in your practice, feel free to begin doing so. It's an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the nose. And on the exhale, there's a slight constriction of the throat so as to cultivate a bit of an ocean sound. Allow the breath to become louder than the thoughts. Allow it to serve you as your anchor to your practice. Breathe. We'll start inviting some movement into the body. On our next inhale, we'll circle sweep those arms. Palms touch at the top. And we'll exhale, drop that right hand to the earth. Send the fingertips long and breathe through the side stretch on that left side. You can drop that forearm to the ground if it feels comfortable, but I encourage you to keep both sit bones on the earth. And on our next inhale, we'll rise back to center. And exhale over to the left. Again, dropping that left hand or forearm. Reaching the right arm over. Breathing space into those right ribs and keeping the sitting bones grounded. We'll take an inhale, center. And exhale, we'll drop the hands in front of us and take the hips high to a tabletop pose. And so we can flow through some cat-cows while we're here. We could also invite some movement into the neck. Maybe you take the tailbone left and right. Any organic movement here that might feel good to you this morning. Dropping into your body and feeling what sticks out, what feels good, what you need to back off on, and allow that to serve you during the rest of your practice. So we'll take 2 more breaths here. Dropping into the body. And whenever you're ready, we'll come back to that tabletop pose. Pushing the ground away, reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky. We'll tuck the toes and bring the knees to a slight hover. Reaching the heel back behind us, feeling the stretch in the ankles. We'll take an inhale and lift the hips high. For our first down dog of the day, you can bend opposite knees here if you'd like. Walking the dog. Stretching out the shoulders, stretching out the hamstrings. So we'll keep those heels on the mat and push the knees forward, coming to a slight hover, coming onto the toes, giving the toes a stretch. And then send the hips high. Inhale and exhale, lower the heels. So we'll do that movement once again. Bend the knees, coming to a hover, stretching the toes and sending the hips high. Down dog. Maybe 1 or 2 more on your own breath, if it feels good. Knowing you can always drop back to tabletop pose. Finding down dog. See if you can reach that chest closer towards the thighs. And we'll inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, walk the toes towards the fingertips. We'll inhale, come to a half lift. And exhale, fold. Allowing the spine to waterfall out of the back. Maybe you reach the fingertips forward and allow that to increase the stretch behind the legs. Breathing. And take 1 more breath here. Take a deep inhale, come to a half lift, and exhale, we'll take the feet wide, a little bit farther than hip width distance apart, pointing the toes towards the corners of our mat. Deep inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, start taking a deep bend in the knees. And if this is how far you go, that's totally fine. If yogi squat is in your practice, you can give that a shot. If it feels good this morning. Trying to keep the heels on the mat. Bringing the elbows to the insides of the knees. Maybe hands to prayer. Pushing out the legs wide. Breathing. Connecting to the breath. Creating space in the hips with every inhale. And relaxing a little bit deeper into the pose with each exhale. Again, we'll inhale. And on our next exhale, place your hands back onto the earth. Inhaling the hips high. And exhaling, folding. Inhale, we'll rise all the way up to a standing, one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last, and we can bring our hands to heart center. Grounding in this mountain pose, feeling the soles and bottoms of our feet connected to the earth, grounding us. Feel how much they support us. And we'll rise our arms up towards the sky on our next inhale. And exhale, we'll fold at the hips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we'll plant the hands, send the feet back, come into a plank, knowing you can always drop down to your knees if you'd like. Exhale, we'll keep the elbows in and allow the body to come to a hover, or maybe all the way down to the mat. Inhale, either baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, we'll tuck the toes, send the hips high, down dog. Breathing. Allow this to become a resting pose. Making it your shape, making it comfortable for you. We'll take an inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, take a really deep bend in the knees. Allow them to come to a hover once again. Deep toe stretch. And then we'll inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, lift that right leg high. Three-legged dog. You can keep the left heel on the mat. Bending the right knee. Maybe inviting some ankle circles or hip circles into that hip. You can flip the dog if you feel ready. And we'll inhale, extend that right leg once again. Exhale, step the foot through. Stacking the right knee over the right ankle. Coming into this runner's lunge, breathing. Dropping the back heel to a 45-degree angle. We'll keep that right knee stacked and inhale. Coming up to a warrior one. Breathing. Again, checking in with the right knee, making sure it's still stacked over the ankle. Another inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll take out the arms for warrior two. Breathing. We'll inhale, reach that right arm forward. And exhale, drop the right hand down to the ground or elbow to the knee, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Breathing here. Maybe the gaze comes to the left hand for a little bit deeper of a twist. Keeping that left arm stacked. Another inhale. Exhale, we'll drop that left hand, frame the right foot once again, and inhale, send the right leg back, three-legged dog. Inhaling and exhaling, we'll drop the right foot to meet the left. Breathing here. Again, pushing the chest towards the thighs. Pushing the ground away. And we'll inhale, extend the left leg back this time. Three-legged dog. Again, you can bend the left knee. Ankle circles, hip circles. Again, flipping the dog if that's what you did on the opposite side. And then we'll inhale, extend that left leg once again. And exhale, step the foot through, framing the hands. Coming into this runner's lunge. Checking in with the breath. Dropping the back heel towards the earth. Inhale, rising to warrior one. Checking in with that left knee. Arms are reaching up towards the sky. Another inhale. Exhale, we'll open up to warrior two. Checking in with that back arm, making sure it hasn't dropped and is in line with the front. Breathing. We'll inhale, reach that left arm long. And exhale, drop the left hand down, right fingertips up towards the sky. Again, maybe the gaze follows the right hand. One more inhale here. And exhale, dropping the right hand down. Left hand comes on the outside of the left foot. We'll inhale, extend that leg back. And exhale, dropping the foot next to the right. And returning to our down dog. Breathing. We'll inhale the heels once again. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop towards the fingertips. Inhale, come to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Palms touch. Exhale, hands at heart center. We'll take the left Legs long, both toes point towards the long edge of the mat. Breathing here, we'll take an inhale, circle sweep the arms. And exhale, keeping a flat back, and slowly reaching, placing the hands on the earth. And keep those fingertips extended. Perhaps keep the palms off the mat. Bring the right hand in towards the center. We'll take the left hand and bind around the right ankle. Looking underneath the right armpit, up towards the sky. Feeling a deep stretch coming from the hamstrings, maybe the shoulders, a deep twist in the spine. Connecting with the breath. One more breath here. And on our next inhale, we'll come back to the center. Exhale, take a really deep bend in the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, send the hips back high. Reaching the fingertips long. Left fingertips on the center mat or in front of it. And the right hand binds around the left ankle. And we're looking under the left armpit this time, up towards the sky. Again, breathing, bringing the chest closer and closer towards that left knee. One more breath on this side. And inhale, we'll come back to center. Exhale, we'll walk the palms closer towards the body, pointing the toes towards the corners of the mat, sinking the hips. Yogi squat. Good. Again, only sinking the hips as far as you can keep your heels on the mat. The second those heels start lifting off the ground, your hips have gone too far down. Breathing here. Placing the hands on the mat in front of you. We'll take an inhale and lift the hips once again. Exhale, fold. We'll rise all the way up to standing. On our next inhale, teeing out the arms once we get there. Pointing the toes towards the corners of the mat. And maybe taking a little bit wider of a stance. We'll inhale here, and on the exhale, we'll take a really deep bend in the knees. Take a deep bend in the elbows for goddess pose. Rolling the tailbone in front and underneath the spine. See if maybe you can both side to side or up and down in this pose. You can make it active. Thinking about going both ways. And we'll inhale here and exhale, extending the legs, bringing the hands to center. Maybe bringing the feet together, regrounding, reconnecting to the breath. Connecting to the body. We will set up for our standing poses here. So we'll start on the left leg, fanning out the left toes, getting really heavy in this left leg, and eventually we'll start bringing the right ankle on to the left ankle. Maybe the foot travels onto the shin. Maybe you manually place it on the thigh, skipping the knee. Again, only going to where it feels comfortable. Finding a drishti or a non-moving object in front of you to focus your gaze and your breath at. Breathe. You can keep those hands by side body, or perhaps you bring them in towards heart center. On our next inhale, we'll bring that knee in front of us and hug the leg in towards the body, giving that a squeeze. And exhale, dropping the right foot down, rolling out the left ankle in both directions. And then fanning out the right toes, getting really heavy in the right leg. Bringing the left foot towards the right ankle, the right shin. You can manually place the foot on the thigh, but always remembering not to put pressure on the knee. The knee does not like that kind of pressure. And so maybe you take your arms overhead this time. Or maybe you find a different variation with those tree branches. Breathing into whatever shape you choose. Breathing. And on our next inhale, we'll bring that left thigh towards our chest. Give that a squeeze. And exhale, drop left ankle, roll up the right. Again, making sure to go both directions. And we will float back to the tops of our mats. Bringing our hands to heart center. Regrounding, reconnecting, and just observing what your inner stillness has to offer for you. We'll inhale, arms towards the sky, and exhale, fold at the hips. Inhale, we come to that half lift, and exhale, fold. We'll come into our third yogi squat, keeping the heels towards the earth. But this time, we'll lower the hips all the way down. And maybe facing the long edge of the mat, we'll bring both feet to touch. Fanning out the knees, coming into Baddha Konasana. You can keep the hands on toes, or perhaps you bring them on the knees. Pushing down, still lifting the chest. And those feet can be as close to the body or as far away as is comfortable for you. Knowing that wherever you are in your practice is exactly where you're supposed to be. Breathing, seeing if you can sink that chest in towards the feet. Beautiful. And on our next inhale, we'll rise. Exhale, bring the feet on to the mat. We'll set up for boat pose. So there's many variations that you can take. We'll inhale and just lift the toes off the mat, keeping the hands on the ground. Picking your favorite variation, maybe flowing through a couple different ones. So you can stay here, perhaps you keep the ankles in line with the knees. Maybe the hands come up to parallel the legs. If this feels good, you can extend those legs, engaging in the core. And if that feels good, then you can extend the arms. But again, picking your favorite variation. Maybe you bring your hands to your feet or your ankles, and you begin extending those legs. Trying not to round through the chest, but rather open the heart forward, keeping a flat back. You can bind around the big toes and keep those legs extended. Inhaling, exhaling, maybe you open those legs up just to wherever they feel comfortable. Allowing the weight of the legs and gravity to just bring the legs a little bit more towards the earth. Inhaling and exhaling will bring the soles of the feet back to touch. Dropping the chest forward. Inhale, lifting the chest. See if you can lift the legs. Exhale, opening through the legs. Inhale, bring the feet together. Drop the chest. Let's do one more of those. If you'd like to grab somewhere else on the feet, feel free to do that. We'll inhale, lift the legs straight. Opening through the chest. Exhale, opening the legs wide. Inhale, bring the feet together. And exhale, lower the chest towards the legs. Beautiful. That was a little flow I came up with that I thought felt really good. So I wanted to share. We'll bring the feet out in front of us and just allow some windshield wipers to enter the hips. Resetting the hips, maybe allowing the spine into the movement. And whenever you're ready, we'll come back to center and begin lowering onto the back, setting up for bridge pose, bringing the heels in close towards the earth, towards your tail. We'll inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. You can interlace the fingers behind the back, pushing the arms underneath, allowing that to create space. Inhale, reach those hips high to your fullest expression. And exhale, dropping onto the earth, bringing knees in towards the chest, giving that a squeeze, maybe rocking left to right. And we'll set up for shoulder stand. If you have a different inversion that you'd prefer, feel free to go there. But I will guide you through shoulder stand. Bring the feet up, sending the legs back, grabbing the lower back, mid back, and then extending through the legs. Trying to keep those legs as straight as possible. I really caution you not to move your neck left or right in this pose. Trying to get the ankles stacked over the hips, stacked over the shoulders. And maybe we begin bending our knees and extending the toes back for plow or deaf man's pose. Another inhale. And exhale, we'll lower onto our back slowly and gently. And continue rolling back onto our tail. Send the legs back, coming into a tabletop. Flowing through some movements if you'd like. And eventually we'll meet in down dog. Beautiful. So we'll bring the left foot to center. Inhale, extend through the right leg. And exhale, drop the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Dropping the back knee onto the earth. Bring the knife edge of the right foot onto the ground. And allow the right knee to fall out towards the right. You can stay on the palms, or perhaps drop down to the forearms if you'd like a deeper stretch. Reconnecting to the breath. Creating space in the hips with each inhale. And see if you can relax a little bit deeper into the pose with each exhale. Maybe you bring that left arm parallel with the short edge of the mat, and the right hand can come on the right ankle, allowing a twist in the spine. Perhaps you bend the left knee. If you'd like, you can maybe try and grab the foot, or if you have a band, put a foot around the ankle. The closer that heel is to the tail, the deeper the stretch and the left quad. Another inhale. Exhale, go ahead and release that. Shimmy the right ankle over towards the left wrist for pigeon pose. And the more parallel the shin is to the short edge of the mat, the deeper the stretch. But if you're toppling over to one side, you can always bring the right ankle in close towards the left hip. And that might get you to straighten out. But we'll inhale, lift the chest. And on the exhale, you can either stay here or you can drop the chest towards the earth. Maybe bring the left cheek onto the ground. Sinking the hips. Breathing. Allowing new space to enter the body with each inhale. Relax a little deeper with each exhale. On your next inhale, whenever you're ready, we'll bring our hands back on towards the earth. Bring the left leg around. Bring the right foot to the left side. Squaring the chest with the left knee. We'll place the right hand behind the back and inhale, reaching and lifting the tail, allowing shoulder circles to enter that left arm, be in one direction and then the other. Reach on an inhale and exhale, lower the hips down, squaring the chest once again towards the left knee. Inhale and exhale, one fold over that left leg. Bringing the chest closer and closer towards the knee. Melting the heart closer towards the earth. I'll take one more breath here. And then we'll inhale through the chest. Make your way back to down dog. Crossing out the ankles and extending the legs back. Breathing here once again. Perhaps noticing any differences between the legs. And just breathing through that. We'll inhale, extend the left leg long. And exhale, drop the foot on the outside of the left hand this time. Dropping the back knee, bringing the left knife edge of the foot towards the earth. Making sure that right leg is in line behind you. And either staying on the palms or dropping down towards the forearms. If you have a block, you can bring the forearms onto the block for a nice happy medium. Breathing. Creating space once again. Creating relaxation. Allowing any stored energy or stored emotions in the hips to be released. In yoga, it is said that a lot of emotions are stored in the hips. So hip openers like these allow us to release those stagnant energies. So just breathing, releasing, relaxing. Again, either staying here or maybe bringing the right arm parallel with the short edge of the mat. Left hand can come onto the leg, left leg, or perhaps the right knee bends. Allowing a twist to come through the spine. Releasing that. We'll bring that left hand onto the mat. Shimmy the right ankle over towards the left wrist. Again, checking in with that back leg, making sure it's aligned with the hip. Bring the heel in towards the right hip, only if you're toppling over in this pose. Otherwise, keeping the shin parallel with the short edge of the mat. And either staying in this lifted pigeon or perhaps exhaling and folding over the leg. Maybe bringing the left cheek onto the mat this time. And again, just releasing, breathing through the stretch. Feel the stretch in the hip. Maybe it radiates even to the back. The hamstring. And just breathe through the sensations. On our next inhale, we'll start rising through the chest. Extending the arms and sending all our way over onto the left hip. Swing the right leg around. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Bring the left hand right behind the back, fingers pointing towards the back of the mat. And inhale, bring the hips high. Stretching through side body. Maybe inviting some shoulder circles in both directions. Another inhale and exhale, lower the hips down, square the chest with the knee. And exhale, lower, mount the heart towards the knee. Forehead in close towards the shin. Seeing if you can keep a flat back. Maybe the toes flexed, the foot flexed. Breathe. One more breath here. And then we'll inhale, rise, lifting the chest. Exhale, place both soles of the feet onto the earth and start lowering onto our backs. Bringing the knees in close towards the chest. On an inhale. And exhale, extend the left leg onto the mat. Placing the left hand on the right knee and guiding the leg over to the left. Teeing out the right arm, and the gaze follows the right hand. Allowing a deep twist in the spine, trying to keep both shoulders on the mat. And we'll bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh for supine tree pose. And so we did this pose standing. It's a lot easier on our backs. Another inhale, we'll bring the knee in close towards the chest. And exhale, extend the left arm. Inhale, left knee in towards the chest. And on the exhale, we'll guide the leg over to the right. Supine twist. Extend the left arm. Gaze follows. On our next inhale, we'll bring the left sole of the foot onto the inside of the right thigh. Supine tree. And eventually that leg extends as well. We'll bring both palms to face up towards the sky, right by side body. Allowing to drop into a receiving field, a receptive space. Listening to that inner stillness. Feeling yourself getting lighter and lighter and lighter. Relaxing more and more. Noticing if there's anywhere that you're holding onto any tension, either in the body or in the mind. If a thought comes, acknowledge it and let it pass on an exhale. See how deep into relaxation you can get. Whenever you're ready, bringing deep breath back into the body. Maybe wiggling the fingers and toes. Maybe shaking the head from side to side. On our next inhale, we'll bring the knees in towards the chest. And exhale, we'll drop into the fetal position on our favorite side body. And maybe once we're here, cultivating a sense of gratitude, either for yourself or a loved one, maybe for your practice. Anything at all. On our next inhale, we'll push that high hand up to seated. Sitting up nice and tall. Taking a really deep inhale. Circle sweep the arms, palms touch. And exhale, bringing the thumbs by the forehead, reminding ourselves to think kind thoughts. Brushing past the lips, we remind ourselves to speak kind words. And ending at heart center, reminding ourselves to stay open and loving towards all things on this planet. The highest light in me honors and acknowledges the highest light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Namaste to you all. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this morning. It was an honor to guide you through this practice. So sorry about
Namaste.
Namaste. I'm sorry about the confusion. I don't know why the meeting that I had scheduled wasn't the link that I ended up sharing, I guess. Maybe in the email. So I will double check on that and see if I can do better about that in the future. Yeah, thank you so much.
Alrighty. Love you, Christy.
Hey,
This
girlie.
is an awesome session. I'm inspired to be like you in so many ways. I love you. Namaste. Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks for joining, Dee. I don't know if you can hear me. Hey, Reese.
Hey, that was a good class. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Yeah, I don't know what was going on, honestly, at the beginning.
Was I the only one that wasn't doing the link?
It was everyone. It was everyone. And it was me because I was on the wrong meeting room. And I like was just waiting there for 5 minutes. I was like, okay, no one's coming. It's fine. Like, yeah, no one was joining. But yeah, I was just in the wrong room. And I had my phone recording, so I like wasn't looking at my phone, you know?
No, it's fine. I didn't know. I was like, oh, I didn't know if you like woke up late or what.
Yeah.
I got to like 9:30. Like it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I like set an alarm at 9:15. I was just trying to like sleep as much as I could. But, like I woke up at 7 and like would wake up like every half hour until 9:15.
Oh, so you didn't want to be late, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I'll see you later. When are you coming back?
I don't know. Probably in the evening. Afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
See you later, baby.
All right, bye. Baby.
Bye.